Hello, and welcome to this video essay on articles by Sherry Turkle, Tom Chatfield, and Kevin Kelly, where we're going to see how technology has changed the course of our world since its first surfaced. Before we go into how it has affected, let us investigate what life was like before it surfaced and how we went about doing things in our daily life. We're going to go over a few topics that are part of our daily lives and find out how this has changed over the years, namely internet, cameras, Amazon Fire Stick or Netflix, and communication. When we look at these topics and ponder on how these few things have changed in our lives, we start to understand the relationship that we have created with technology and machines. What we're going to try and answer today is how healthy this relationship is for us and how much power we are handing over to these machines that can only understand two things, ones and zeros. So as I was going through the articles that was written by Sherry Turkle, Tom Chatfield, and Kevin Kelly, namely Alone Together, What Does It Mean to Be Human in the Age of Technology, and What Technology Wants, we see a common link that there is between these articles, and that is the relationship between man and machine. The way that the relationship between man and machine has changed over the years is incredible. We see that most of the things that we thought was impossible is starting to become possible in today's world. We never thought that we would have GPS, we would have navigation technologies, we would have Uber, and we do. So when somebody talks about how artificial intelligence or how technology changes the lives of people in their day-to-day lives, it amuses me because of the fact that we cannot foresee the future and we cannot say how far technology is going to advance. But when we see what was impossible in the past has been accomplished today, we understand that this is the better way of life. We understand that this has made life much more easier and we start to embrace it. In an earlier class that I took called Human Geography, I had read about a person from church in the 1800s who was worried about the railroads traveling at a speed of 15 miles an hour. I'm sure if that guy was alive today, he would definitely have a heart attack. Can you think of one item in your life that you use on a daily basis which does not have a computer in it or did not use a computer for the production of it? Most likely not. This is because we have come to an age in our world where everything is made from technology, is produced by technology, and has some kind of intervention of technology to make things faster, easier, and precise. This all started as a result of some Bill Nye the Science Guy putting together ones and zeros to see if he could make sense out of it. And voila, you have something that does something that nothing has ever done before. Can you think of one item that you use on a daily basis which does not have a computer in it? Or before we had digital photography, we had something that was called a film. And these things had to be developed. I personally owned a camera with a film in it. After you click the pictures, you take the film and you take it to a shop where they develop it and you get these pictures printed in hard copy back to you within a week. Could you imagine waiting a whole week to get your pictures? Today, we can take a picture, look at it, and if we do not like it, we can delete it or we can actually edit it such that it fits your personal preferences. Netflix, Amazon Fire Stick, YouTube, everything has made watching movies so much easier than it was before. When I was a kid, in the weekends, my parents would take me out and we would go watch a movie in a theater, in an actual theater. And that was the only way that we could watch movies which were out at that point of time. Today I can just log into my Amazon Fire Stick and I have every single movie that has been released until 2019. When my father used to work in Kenya and I was in India, we used to video call him once a week, which was a timed affair when he could get off of work and get on the computer and turn on his internet, and we could do the same, and it was all coordinated. But nowadays I can just call them over WhatsApp or any other application that uses internet, and talk to them over video call. As we move towards the future, we are handing over the wheel to technology, and we can see that in different areas of our lives. A prominent figure in electrical cars is Elon Musk, and he has been talking about technology that can make things more faster and more efficient than ever. He talks about his project of a BFR, which can take you from one place to another in a matter of minutes. If you wanted to travel from Hong Kong to Singapore, it would take you 30 minutes to get from one place to another. This will change transportation and travel so much. It usually takes me 24 to 28 hours to get from USA to India. Some pioneers in artificial intelligence are David Hanson and Elon Musk. David Hanson and Sophia Robot became an internet sensation on YouTube after his robot carried out a discussion, or more so an argument, with the earlier version of the same robot about if robots were going to take over the world. Let us watch a few short clips of Elon Musk and David Hanson talking about AI and how it is going to change the world.
You mentioned the word I was looking for, that's ethics, really guidelines. How and can we develop them on a global scale?
Well, first we need to understand ethics better. We need a science of ethics. I think in humans, ethics comes not just from following a bunch of rules or laws, but from understanding the consequences, from the power of imagination, from the motivation to do right by people, to see a benefit, a maximum benefit wherever we can. And so that means, making the right decisions. We're motivated to creatively pursue the right decisions. So if we want really ethical machines, we need to start looking at how we can empower machines with these abilities of imagination.
Things going with virtual reality. If you extrapolate that out into the future, then eventually those games will be indistinguishable from reality. They'll be so realistic, you will not be able to tell the difference between that game and the reality as we know it. How do we know that that didn't happen in the past and that we're not in one of those games ourselves? In probably 10 years, it will be very unusual for cars to be built that are not fully autonomous. Getting in a car will be like getting in an elevator. Where are the aliens? Maybe they're among us, I don't know. Some people think I'm an alien. Not true. I mean, if there are super intelligent aliens out there, they're probably already observing us. To be clear, I don't want to die on Mars. If you're going to pick some place to die, then why not Mars? And if I do die on Mars, I just don't want it to be on impact, something that happens over 30 or 40 years.
So are robots going to take over the world? I don't think so. But I'm sure that our life is going to get much better with the intervention of robots. Our relationship with robots and technology and machines is going to be so much more greater. It's going to be really. And so I come to conclude that we fear what we do not understand. We are going to create a new network of technology which will make things easier, which will make things much more simpler, which will eradicate many more diseases. And it will also globalize the world to a point where failure is not an option, as NASA puts it.